Travel Michigan. I'm Dave Lorenz along with Michelle Grinnell, and we are having a great start to the winter season. I know just even a few weeks ago I was up in the UP and there was a ton of snow up there. I'm thinking that we're going to see a lot of snow this season, which will make our next guest very happy.
Absolutely. He likes winter almost as much as you, Dave.
Yeah.
And he is Bill Manson, who is the executive director of the Michigan Snowmobile Association. So welcome to the show, Bill, and welcome to Michigan's Winter Wonderland.
It is Michigan's Winter Wonderland. We love it.
You know, it's been a while since we've had a season start out like this.
It certainly has. It's been a dry few years to have snowed. And we've had some years where there's snow early in December, but then we always seem to get that thaw right there between Christmas and New Year when everybody wants to go out and enjoy it. So, yeah, we're looking forward to a really snowy vacation season here.
Bill, is there such a thing as a perfect snowmobile condition, or do you just really need snow?
Snow is the number one ingredient that we need. All the trails depend on snow. The snowmobiles actually need snow for lubrication. Ice doesn't do it. We actually need the snow in the tracks to keep the track lubricated and everything working properly. So, that's to be a good winter for us. We need snow and we need continual snow.
What makes snowmobiling in Michigan somewhat unique as compared to snowmobiling in a lot of the northern states?
Well, I think number one is our abundance of state and federal land that we have out there. That's one of the unique things. You go to over to our west to Minnesota and Wisconsin, and they do not have that abundance of state land. So you're riding a lot of farm fields and ditches and stuff like that, and not that we don't have that in Michigan, because what we've been able to do is take all of our miles that are out on state land or federal land, connect them together, but then also give you routes in and out of the towns and villages so that you can access your gasoline, your food, your lodging. And lately we've been also able to get the routes to a lot of those out-of-the-way places that are just unique, that are cool to go to in the wintertime, whether it be waterfalls or ice caves or something like that.
I think a lot of times with any activity like this, most of us just go there, we have a great deal of fun, and we just think, hey, what a beautiful environment, this just happened. But what we don't know is all that work that's happened in the off-season to get things all prepared. Can you tell us what your members do to get those trails so in such beautiful condition?
Yeah, certainly. We have 6,500 miles of trails, and those trails are on a combination of forest roads, 2 tracks, farm lanes, private property, you name it. But we've been able to connect them all together so you can effectively ride from the Indiana border up to the Mackinac Bridge, go across the bridge, ride from Detour all the way over to the west, over to Ontonagon and Ironwood. So, the trails are all connected, they're all marked, they're all groomed, and those clubs go out there. And they're pretty much all summer long planning on any reroutes that may be done because of logging efforts that are going in, wet areas, or repairing culverts, or repairing bridges. And then in the fall, we go through and actually have to brush the trails back. The last thing you want is whips of the trees hitting you in the face or anything like that, or hitting you in your helmet, I should say. And so they have to brush all that stuff back, and because of the type of grooming equipment, we certainly don't want those limbs to break windshields, so we have to trim them back quite a ways. But so they get all that done, and then not only that, they mark all the trails with snowmobile trails are marked with diamonds, and then we have our stop and stop ahead signs and some warning signs out there. Those are all put up by the clubs and the councils out there.
Bill, for people like me who I've been on snowmobiles a few times, but I don't own one, and I don't go out a ton. Are there places around the state that folks can rent snowmobiles or get this experience without having to go out and buy their own snowmobile?
Certainly, there's many rental agencies out there, and typically they're near the larger cities that cater to snowmobiles. In the Lower Peninsula, you'd be starting at Cadillac or Gaylord or Traverse City, and in the UP, Curtis, Sault Ste. Marie, St. Ignace, Seney, Munising, all the hot spots for snowmobiling, and you can get a lot of that information off the websites for where those rental operations are. And they have a multitude of different kinds of sleds you can rent, from the smallest sled on up to the larger, more horsepower. But then again, they usually do some talking to make sure that you have the ability to handle those type of equipment.
We're talking to Bill Manson, Executive Director of the Michigan Snowmobile Association. And Bill, the equipment for snowmobiling, just like with skiing and other outdoor activities, the equipment has improved so much. You mentioned, kind of getting hit in the face. In the old days, we had those open-faced helmets.
Right.
Today, it's like going in a spacesuit, what they have available. And you can rent this equipment too, right?
Absolutely. Most of the rental outfits over there not only have sleds you can rent, but they have boots, they have the snowmobile bibs, snowmobile coats, helmets, gloves, everything you need to make sure that you stay warm. And that's another thing with for today's technology, just the warmth of the clothing has just come so far where you used to have to wear 19 layers, and now that with the newer stuff, you just don't get cold out there. Plus the snowmobiles themselves, they have hand warmers on them and thumb warmers on them, and some even have heated seats.
Well, and I guess I'll call them shock absorbers. It really is. It's a comfortable experience going snowmobiling in so many places in Michigan. When you take into consideration the equipment and the groomed trails, it's a totally different experience than 15, 20 years ago.
Oh, definitely, and definitely. Snowmobilers pay a permit which goes into paying for the grooming of their trails. And when I say grooming, people who don't snowmobile will wonder, well, what's that? Well, you basically take a ski hill groomer, and where that groomer's putting moguls into the ski hill, we're actually using a different type of drag pulled by the same type of tractor on our trails, and it smooths the trails out, knocks all those bumps down, and then pans it out and freezes it down. So it's kind of, if you think of it as like almost a modified Zamboni, only we don't add water. So.
Just over a minute left, Bill. Can you tell us how people can get updated on snowmobile conditions as the season progresses, and maybe some ideas on where they can go for snowmobile rental information?
Absolutely, and there again, our website, msasnow.org, has a button on the top panel that you can push for trail reports, and that gives you a map of the whole state. Each one of those dots, you press one of those dots, and it'll give you a map of that area, what trails are in that area, what the conditions are, how much snow there are, when's the last time it's been groomed. And also on that page, not on that page, but on another page, we have places to rent snowmobiles. And between our site and the American Council site, which is snowmobile.org, we pretty much can cover about anything you want to know about snowmobiling. Just
a few seconds left, Bill. Can you tell us about the different equipment? I remember when I first started snowmobiling, they just plain were difficult because of all the fumes and things. It's improved a lot, right?
Oh, definitely. Most of the newer technology now, the old two-stroke engines that you used to see smoking and stinking and everything, those are all now EPA modified. They're clean, they're quiet. You don't see the blue smoke anymore. You don't hear the loud noise anymore. And now they have a four-stroke technology also, which is just like a car engine, only cleaner and quieter. So
it really is. It's a great experience. It's so much fun. You're going to enjoy it. And for more information about snowmobiling in Michigan, just go to this website, msasnow.org, and Bill Manson and company at the Michigan Snowmobile Association will fill you in. msasnow.org. Thank you, Bill, for joining us today. And Michelle, we want to tell people about some of those events around the area.
We do. And, winter is here, so there's a lot of great winter events. Downtown Holland is having an ice sculpting competition on January 10th with students and colleges around the Midwest participating. There is also the Tuquamanon Country Sled Dog Race, which is starting at Muskellunge Lake State Park up by Newberry. A great way to check out pretty much the start of the sled dog season up there in the UP. There's also the rat race at Swiss Valley Ski Area.
Did you say rat race?
Rat race. Okay. It's the first event of the season there, which is kicking off January 5th. And it's an obstacle course, I believe. And you have to Catch the Rat or Match the Rats race.
Okay.
For those who want to be inside, there's the International Motorcycle Show at Suburban Collection Show Place happening January 3rd through the 5th, and the Brookwoods Bridal Show at Brookwood Golf Club in Burton happening January 4th. And last but not least, Brewery Bus Tours has a tour happening January 11th, starting in Royal Oak. The Motor City Brew Tour is a great way to experience some great Michigan craft beer. So check out all of those at michigan.org. It's a great place to go for all sorts of great events.
You know how you break a cold?
Thank you for sharing that I'm about to die.
No, I know that. But I'll tell you how you break a cold. You go outside and you enjoy the winter in Michigan. That's what you do. You go out and do a little cross-country skiing and enjoy it. You'll break through that cold, and for more reasons, we'll tell you why you should go out and do some skiing next. Right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at michigan.org.